For the second time in about 3 weeks, parts of the U.S. Gulf Coast are preparing for a powerful storm. Hurricane Sally is charting a slow and uncertain course, likely to produce extreme, life-threatening flash flooding through Wednesday. From the western Florida panhandle to southeastern Mississippi, with more than 2 feet, that's over 60 centimeters of rain expected in some areas.
What we know with a slow-moving storm, if one of those bands of rain settle over part of Louisiana, we know that flooding is going to be a big concern.
Parts of Louisiana and Mississippi are under evacuation orders.
I'm very concerned. When they say evacuate, we have to go, and I leave. We leave, my whole family leave.
Thousands of Louisiana residents are still living in temporary housing after Hurricane Laura wreaked havoc just weeks ago. To the historic wildfires scorching a stretch of the western U.S., fire officials in California reporting some progress, saying 2 large wildfires were contained Tuesday. But the emergency is far from over, with more than 16,000 firefighters now on the front lines of 25 major wildfires in California alone, where more than 3 million acres have been charred so far this year. As for smoke, it's still affecting air quality across several states and into Canada as the death toll from the disaster climbs in California, Washington State, and Oregon. The Oregonian newspaper reporting wildfires prompt state to open first ever mobile morgue with dozens of deaths expected.
We now find ourselves 1 week into this fire event, and without question, our state has been pushed to its limits. It's really hard for all of us to wrap our heads around the devastation that these fires have caused and the pain and the suffering that so many Oregonians have endured over the past few days.
Families of the dead and missing can undergo rapid DNA testing to aid in identification. Now, we just heard from Oregon's Governor Kate Brown there, who says her firefighting teams are optimistic that cooler weather this week will help. And a morning update from the Pacific Northwest region, tweeting in part, as another day of firefighting begins, crews are confronting 30 large wildfires burning nearly 1.7 million acres across Oregon and Washington. Melissa Duggan, City News.